This is the Washington State delegation to the Democratic National Convention. This is not your typical delegate crowd. It's a really diverse group, kind of like a Benetton ad, but different. Washington State's delegation stood out to us, even though they're way up here in the bleacher seats, far away from the convention floor, because they're so loud.
I'm having a blast.
Enthusiasm in politics is a good thing.
Why is Washington State's delegation so spirited? To find out, we visited the Philadelphia hotel where they're staying. There we asked Joshua Trupin, who writes about Microsoft for a living, how he got one of the coveted delegate positions.
Anyone who wants to run for a national delegate gets up and makes a speech in front of probably 150 people. And then I was one of the top 2 male vote getters for Sanders.
150 people at the Washington State Democratic Convention. To become a delegate, each candidate had 1 minute, and not a second more, to give a speech. Trupin used his minute to
reminded people that we all knew that Donald Trump is basically a rolling dumpster fire. And I also told everyone that I would be broadcasting information, basically blogging about what was going on, which I'm doing now on Facebook.
Turns out he isn't the only Washington State delegate fulfilling his campaign speech promise to report back constantly, literally constantly.
I will be here every day live from the floor all the way through Thursday.
Washington's among the more lopsided states in Bernie Sanders' favor, with 74 Sanders delegates to Hillary's 27.
Bernie delegates include a lot more people that are normally very frustrated with the political system and normally don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But because they felt Bernie was authentic, wasn't always changing his positions all the time, they felt, okay, I'm going to give politics a chance.
In the convention hall, the Sanders and Clinton delegates from Washington State appeared to self-segregate. Some on the Sanders side planned an anti-free trade protest that happened to take place during the speech of Congressman Elijah Cummings. Washington's Clinton delegates were none too happy about it.
I would really have liked to have heard Elijah Cummings speak yesterday, and we heard none of it.
Did you tell them to be quiet back there?
There's no telling them.
Some have perceived that we were booing him, and we were not. We were absolutely not in any way meaning to show him any disrespect.
When Washington State's moment in the spotlight arrives, the roll call vote, divisions within the delegation become even more visible. Sanders delegates try to block the Clinton delegates' sign. And then minutes later, when Sanders gives over his delegates' votes to Clinton,
and I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States.
A walkout. Meeting other Bernie or Bust delegates in the arena hall, they proceed out of the building in silence. They had their taste of political life on the inside, but they came here vowing Bernie or Bust, and apparently they meant it. That's the short answer.